Alright, welcome to T-Boys TV. We're here for our first ever match reaction to a World Cup game in general. Obviously, it's finished England 6, Iran 2. What a memorable game as well. A lot of standout performances today. It was a brilliant performance by England. Took them a while to get the goal, but they did, or get the goal, shall I say, but they did eventually in the end. I'll start off with the lineup and my thoughts, what my lineup would have been. So obviously Pickford was in goal. I'd have went with him. He's never put a foot wrong for England, so that's understandable. It went with a back four, which I feel, you know, we should have went with in this game, and we did. Obviously Trippier was right back. I would have went Ben White or Trippier. I wouldn't have mind to see Ben White there, because I think he's done really well when he has played at right back for Arsenal this season. But Trippier, you know, he brings that set pieces as well, and he is the Newcastle captain, and he hasn't even been there for too long compared to a lot of other players at other clubs. And we know he can be a key part of England as well. Luke Shaw was left back. I would have went with him as well. Again, a lot of these players, people are always sceptical of certain players in the team, like Luke Shaw, like Maguire, but they never put a foot wrong for England, and that's what you do have to give them credit for. So yeah, Luke Shaw, I'd have went with him. Maguire and Stones, I'd have went with them two at the back as well. Like I said, Maguire does not put a foot wrong for England. Stones, he's one of the best centre-backs England have for me, if not probably the best. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. And then it's Rice and Bellingham more sort of behind in the midfield, which again, I would have went with them two. And then it was Mason Mount as the number 10. I would have went Foden personally instead of Mount. And then obviously up front is exactly like how I would have went with. And that's Sterling on the left. Again, another player not doing so great for club, but England, he always steps up. And I always mention it. Look at the Euros, for example. You know, he was the guy getting the goals at the start of that tournament. We wouldn't be in the position we were in with getting more wins, etc., if it wasn't for him scoring them goals at that time. Because it took Kane a while in the Euros to get in the swing of things. So, yeah. And then obviously Saka on the right. I think he's starting to, you know, get his first team place, really. So that's why I'd have went with him. And then Kane, you know, that's straightforward. I'm not really going to go through that for too long. But yeah, talking about the first half, you know, it took us a while to get that first goal. We did have some good opportunities. Maguire hit the side netting. I think it was Mount who hit the side netting as well. You know, we had some good opportunities. Maguire had a header, very unlucky. Done brilliant to get out, you know, to get onto the header. Unlucky off the bar. And then shortly after, Jude Bellingham, massive shout out to him, gets his first ever World Cup goal. First ever goal for England, in the World Cup. Like, that's mad. Like, I'd love to know what that feels like, you know, to get your first goal ever for your country in the World Cup. Madness, absolute madness. Shout out to him. Brilliant player he is, and today he proved that. Do you know what I mean? So obviously we took the lead there, and then as soon as I said it on the watch along, as soon as we got the goal, I felt confident that we could get another, and we just kept going at them. Saka scored. Now, I really like this goal. By the way, on the Bellingham goal, great header and a brilliant ball in by Shaw as well. But yeah, obviously the second goal was from a corner, and Maguire unselfishly laid it off to Saka. What a finish that was by Saka. I've always rated Saka, and that was a brilliant goal by him there. And then obviously Sterling scored, went 3-0 up at half time. Sterling got a goal again, scoring early goals for England, like in tournaments. A massive shout out to him. Harry Kane, brilliant ball across. And we know they link up very well, and you saw that again in this game. Brilliant finish there by Sterling, 3-0 up, going into the second half. Obviously a lot of added time. Their goalkeeper, speedy recovery to him. Obviously, he had a mad head collision. But good to see that the other player was all right in the end. But the goalkeeper, he tried to continue, but he couldn't. So my thoughts are with him. And yeah, hopefully it's a speedy recovery for him. So obviously they changed the goalkeeper up as well. But yeah, going into the second half, if you can hear that noise, that's my buzzer. So just, yeah, sorry about that one. It's just people ringing on it. But my mum's got there to answer it. But yeah, obviously then Saka scored again for England. Took a little bit of a touch off someone else, but at the end of the day, Saka's goal for me, brilliant by him on that right hand side. Good bit of skill, bang, good little finish by him. And then obviously they did get a goal back, Iran. Now this was a good goal, to be fair. You know, I'm not too disappointed defensively about this one. You know, and the way we were getting onto balls, it was brilliant as well. Like players like Jude Bellingham, the defensive cover he done today was phenomenal. Rice always does it, phenomenal yet again. You know, the way, because at times we lost the ball quite silly, and then we'd just win it back brilliantly. And you saw that at times, but this goal is a brilliant through ball and a brilliant finish by Taremi. Hit it, crossbar and in. Pickford had no chance. It was a brilliant goal, you know, unstoppable goal. They got one back. And then obviously England changed up a lot. Brought Dyer on for Maguire. It's not looking great for him, by the way, which I am gutted. You know, I do feel a bit sorry for him because obviously he has played well when he stepped up for England. And again, he had a decent performance today. In fact, not decent. He had a brilliant performance today. And then obviously Rashford come on. Again, he's another player that's obviously off the radar. Obviously didn't do great for Man United last season, but this season he's been brilliant. And yeah, man, he's another key player for England, in my opinion. Grealish come on and Foden. And obviously Rashford come on and scored straight away. That's his first ever World Cup goal as well. So, you know, he's literally just come on and scored. It was madness. Shout out to him. Good finish. We know he's very good in one-on-one situations. And it was another one of them. And then Callum Wilson come on for Kane. Kane come down in the second half. He was all right to continue in the end, but you know, you've got to make the sub at some point. Give Callum Wilson a chance as well, especially when we're in the position we're in. And then he, unselfishly, played a ball to Grealish for the 6th goal. And fair play to him, because for me, he could have easily went one-on-one and scored. Especially with how easy it was for us to get on that down that right-hand side at times. But he unselfishly played it across to Grealish. And Grealish got a goal. Never going to miss that. And yeah, all the players when they come on made an impact. Dyer done well defensively. Rashford, like I said, scored. Grealish scored. Wilson scored. Foden, he was doing bits as well. I would have started him over Mount, like I said earlier. But yeah, man, it's one of them. And then obviously they got a penalty near the end of the game. I'm not too frustrated about it. A lot of people said this is a soft penalty. I can definitely see where they're coming from. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, nowadays in football, if there's a little bit of contact, it's a penalty. So it's one of them, really. But yeah, as for man of the match, like I said, a lot of really good performances. That's a proper team effort. You know, the subs when they come on were brilliant. But I'm going to give it to Jude Bellingham. He did play the whole game as well. So I'm going to give it to Jude Bellingham. You know, just mainly for the fact, obviously, like I said, Rashford got his first World Cup goal. But like I said, Jude Bellingham, that was his first ever goal for England. And in the World Cup to get it was phenomenal. He lost the ball dodgy in the first half, but he done brilliant to trap back. Defensively, he was brilliant as well. So yeah, man, for me, he's my man of the match. But like I said, a lot of really good performances. A lot of people are getting a bit too carried away, I feel. A lot of England fans like, yes, it's a very good win. And I see stuff that is more positive. Like we played the back four. We were better attacking. You know, Southgate, we usually tend to play defensive. But, you know, we are expected to beat Iran. Don't get me wrong, the fashion we beat them, brilliant. But I'm not going to get that gas and start saying it's coming home because, you know, it's one game as well. Do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's not like we're playing like a Germany or a better opposition. So until then, see how we do there. You know, when we do play the better opposition, if we get out of the group stage, which I believe we will still, of course, I'll stick by what I said. Still think we'll finish top. But yeah, we move on to USA, which is obviously on Friday. And yeah, I'll be back again doing a watch along. But yeah, player ratings will be coming out as well. So yeah, make sure you check them out when they come out. Obviously, match reaction first, player ratings after at some point. So yeah, check them out. Check that out, sorry, when it comes out. You've already checked this out, so big up yourselves. Don't forget to smash a like on the stream if you haven't. Oh, I said on the stream, on the video. If you haven't already, it's because I do too many streams, as you lot know. But yeah, smash a like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, with the notification bell on so you never miss an upload or a scheduled stream, especially for stuff like the player ratings. And yeah, if you want to follow me across any of my socials, links to them are in the description as well. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on the game, your man of the match, and all of that. And yeah, until the player ratings, I'll see you lot in a bit. Stay safe, take care, peace, up the Three Lions.